made it in. Now start searching her apartment. Maybe there's a data cube or something.
What's this all about?
I wanted you to see more evidence that the program is corrupt. We weren't their proteges, just their guinea pigs. That's why I joined the Order.
So you're serious? Leaving all your work at Tarsus behind so you can join this church? How do you know we can trust them? They attacked the apartments and put us in danger.
I've been talking with their High Augur, Lin Mei Chen. There was some miscommunication about the raid, but the main objectives were still accomplished. They showed us what was really going on behind the scenes and freed us. I'm grateful, and you should be too.
Grateful? Miscommunication? They were shooting at us.
We're not exactly sure what went wrong, but there are some radical cells within the Order that want to take more extreme measures. They certainly don't represent the Order as a whole.
We've been with the program since we were 13 years old. Why are you so quick to abandon that? What can the Order offer you?
They really want us to find true balance and order in our lives, which can only be possible when we're not being subjected to secret experiments.
Tarsus gave us a lot. Maybe we owe them a chance to explain.
Don't be naive. Search Nassif's apartment, then go to the Order headquarters in the old Hartford Turbine warehouse in Lower Seattle. It will all become clear to you. That sounds like it's from Mark Finley, Seattle's Minister of Culture. Now why would he be talking to Nassif about hiding a shipment? Is Tarsus involved in some sort of smuggling operation?
Hi.
Greetings.
I'm not expecting any visitors. Get lost before I call SSC or I take care of you myself. State your name and business.
I'm handling the SMG shipment for David Kurzek.
Mr. O'Rourke is expecting you. Come right in. I will unlock the door. You're late. Mr. O'Rourke will want an explanation.
Where are my SMGs?
Your SMGs? Well,
Mr. Kurzek's delays are costing me money.
I believe he understands.
I'll bet that the shipment hasn't even left Germany.
Well,
Meanwhile, I owe Upper Seattle SSC 100 units.
SSC buys guns in the black market?
Of course they... Wait a minute, you don't work for Mr. Kurzek?
You're pretty sharp. I should warn you that the manager of Club Vox hired me to kill you.
You going to do it?
I'm thinking it over.
I'm a little confused. I heard through the grapevine that you gave the WTO a tip that led to the assassination of the VIP Mr. Levine was so keen on protecting. You playing both sides?
I didn't go to the WTO. The only person I told about the Omar in the VIP area was NG Resonance, her simulation, the hologram of the club.
Does the phrase total information awareness mean anything to you? Never mind. Here's some money for your trouble. The cyborg was my primary competition in the Enclave. Now, don't you think we can be friends?
Thanks.
Mark my words, the day is coming when it's going to be us versus them. Human beings versus the freaks. You didn't see horsehead cyborgs walking around 10 years ago.
Guess you're right about that.
There are certain lines you shouldn't cross. I hear the Omar recruit members by kidnapping homeless people. Turn down the wrong alley and whack, you're a robot.
I noticed that you've been doing some work for the WTO chairman of New Cairo.
Politicians are a specialty of mine. Do me a favor, quit digging through my files.
Is he guilty? Why is he being accused?
Who are you, Brett Steed? You recording this for Talk Bullet? Attorney-client privilege, my friend. Get used to it.
I'd give my life savings if I thought somebody could eradicate the sect entirely. I hope you stick around Upper Seattle. I could use the help. I wouldn't have to deal in firearms if people still used lawyers like they used to. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm expecting a visitor. I think we're done here.
I guess you pulled it off.
I think we're done here.
I didn't think you'd have the guts. Don't get to thinking this could be a full-time gig. Mr. O'Rourke doesn't keep assassins on the payroll. You need a legitimate career in security before someone will give you any real responsibility. Thanks for the help. Mr. O'Rourke appreciates it.
When you drink a cup of coffee, you drink Pequod's, because Pequod's is a pioneer of the new economy. Efficient, modern, clean. Pequod's is on the cutting edge of nutrition and biomedicine. Our coffee will whiten your teeth and protect against ulcers. Pequod's, coffee for your kind of world.
Signals are mixed at Order Headquarters in Lhasa, Tibet. Earlier today, WTO Director Chad Dumier proposed a summit meeting between his organization and Order officials in response to the rioting in Trier, Germany. We're getting reports that Her Holiness is considering the offer, but this is what she had to say to reporters a moment ago. The renewed anti-WTO rioting in Germany has some world leaders issuing warnings about a possible civil war. The Order and WTO have maintained a fragile peace over the last 2 decades as they've pursued parallel strategies for rebuilding global government after the collapse.
Can't believe they made me go.
In an uncertain world, where the rule of law seldom reaches beyond city walls, where businesses must look after themselves, thank goodness you can count on Standard Security. Against terrorism, espionage, rioting, and plain old theft, we protect you.
When you drink a cup of coffee, you drink Pequod's.
Ever feel like you're going insane again?
Looks like people from Tarsus are mixed up in that transaction. I'd like to know why they're running equipment to Mako ballistics, and why a weapon called the Magrail has been commissioned by the Knights Templar. Report to the air terminal. We have a lot to discuss.
Hello.
Greetings.
Seek a higher path. Seek order. Join us for worship at the Hartford Turbine Factory in North
Ah, Alex D. Chief Morgan has had a lot to say about you.
I haven't had the chance to talk to her yet.
Then be sure you talk to Chief Morgan as soon as you can. She's in Europe right now, but she'll address you from the holocom in her office. Go up the stairs, hang a right, and look for the management wing on your left. The WTO could really use an agent like you, and we could offer you a kind of mobility no one else can.
What do you mean?
As you know, after the collapse, it was the WTO that started putting the pieces together, creating safe, clean, profitable enclaves, and opening up and regulating trade between them. With this web of structures in place globally, we can offer an agent many opportunities in many locations.
The WTO does some admirable work, but couldn't it lead to the same kind of over-centralization that made the world so vulnerable to the collapse in the first place?
Far from it. We're encouraging relations between the enclaves, not complete mergers. We want to keep competition dynamic and individuality vibrant.
They're all good intentions.
You could be a part of it. Your fellow student from Tarsus, Clara Sparks, has already accepted a position here. Think about it. We're trying to create a new peace where everyone has access to goods that they need and has a mutual interest in keeping commerce flowing. We want to give people more choices and more opportunities to live better lives. Surely you want to aid us with such an endeavor. We can bring the world out of the post-collapse dark age. You can't pass up this chance to help your fellow citizens.
I told you, we can't trust Tarsus or the WTO. You really should come to our church and hear what the Order has to say. Her Holiness will open your eyes. May she watch over you.
Welcome to the Seattle WTO Air Terminal.
These delays today. Seattle should have their WTO charter revoked for how poorly they're handling this. One unidentified helicopter brings everything to a screeching halt? You kidding? Just shoot it down and move on. Sure, you expect this sort of thing in Cleveland, but not in Seattle. I've got deadlines. I'm not going to miss my connection because of this. They had better get this sorted out soon.
Flights have been delayed. Please see the flight monitors for more information.
They had better get this sorted out soon. WTO flights are usually on schedule, but not today. I think they've grounded the flights until they can figure out what's going on with that copter that was circling. At least they got the helicopter on the ground with no problems. I've had enough of Seattle for a while, especially with all the commotion today. Trouble in the inclinator, some sort of spill. I hope I don't miss my connection.
What a strange day. All this commotion at the terminal. They towed in some helicopter not too long ago. Rumor is that the craft was circling the city and not responding to WTO queries.
Air terminal security policies.
All that, and then no real conflict in getting the pilot to land. They've got to impound the vehicle now until they get to the bottom of this. They must be interrogating the pilot. Maybe the flyby was just a prank? I don't know, but the WTO doesn't really have a sense of humor about these sorts of things. I hope none of my deliveries are delayed.
Attention.
Never a dull moment around
here.
here.
Have been delayed. Please see the flight monitors for more information.
I heard there was trouble at Tarsus today. Rumor has it the Order was involved in some kind of raid. I remember when I first heard about them, the Order seemed alright. Just a bunch of warm and fuzzy spiritual types. Seems like the Order's been getting more intense lately. I've heard that there are groups within the church that want to take even more drastic action. Lucky they didn't go after the air terminal. I'm supposed to pick someone up. I guess I should think of something else to talk about. You hear about almost nothing else these days except one group attacking another. The terrorists are all competing for airtime.
Air terminal security policies.
Okay, I'll shut up. I'm sure you have your own worries. Nice talking with you. Nice talking with you.
What a day. WTO is getting nervous after all that's going on in Seattle. First, the trouble here with that helicopter, and then I heard there was trouble at the inclinator.
Welcome to the Seattle WTO Air Terminal.
All this commotion is probably just some non-enclave types trying to make some extra credits by smuggling. I don't know that I blame them. It's rough in lower Seattle. It looks like I'm going to be working overtime. WTO is getting nervous after all that's going on in Seattle. First, the trouble here with that helicopter, and then I heard there was trouble at the Inclinator.
Another thrill-packed afternoon, huh? Every time I look at a public terminal, we're one step closer to all-out war. WTO incorporation seemed like a good idea 15 years ago. At first, the WTO meant planes, always on schedule, more choices when you went shopping, more jobs. Maybe the WTO's just getting too big. The system's not working as well as it used to. The WTO promised peace through trade, of course. I should have known when the first thing the nanoformers put up was a wall. Now you've got groups like the Order who are making more trouble every day because of the WTO, especially their more extreme members. Meanwhile, people on the outside go hungry. Most people around here think that if you don't get accepted to an enclave, you must be lazy. I'm not so sure about that. Anyway, thanks for helping me pass the time. Another thrill-packed afternoon, huh?
At least one trainee besides me reported to the authorities. Have you seen Leo?
No, but I've heard from Billy. She seems to be mixed up with the Order Church.
They can do what they want, I guess. I can't believe that Tarsus is a front, after all those years of training.
What's going on back there?
A suspicious helicopter was circling the city. Fortunately, both the pilot and the aircraft are now in WTO custody.
Order reconnaissance?
The pilot will be interrogated. I shouldn't tell you more than that.
So you're on the WTO payroll now, huh?
I'm just glad I didn't have a reaction to whatever the Tarsus people were shooting into our veins, and now I've got a security assignment. That's all I ever wanted from that place.
Passengers and patrons should be prepared for delays. We're probably looking at tightened security soon.
Welcome to the WTO air terminal. Something didn't add up quite right on last night's shipment.
Yeah, it seemed like the paperwork was kinda odd on that one. They shuffled back to the Flight Bay 24 storage room so quickly.
They said it was for someone who wanted his shipment and privacy protected. Ha! I never trust those late-night deliveries.
George wasn't even around to sign for it. The more you talk about it, the more I think we should look into it. Someone's probably trying to get around WTO import regulations again.
Chief Morgan, you wanted to see me?
I want to hear what you know about the terrorist attack that led to your escape from Tarsus Academy.
The Order wanted to stop the experiment. That's about all I know.
We were watching that facility ourselves. Ever heard of an organization codenamed ApostleCorp?
Sounds like a cult.
ApostleCorp made your biomods. I'm not blaming you, but the technology diverges wildly from piezochem biomods, the only ones approved for sale.
You're investigating this ApostleCorp for patent infringement?
Market disruption. The genius of the ApostleCorp product is that it restructures any host DNA to tolerate biomodification, whereas the standard infusions work for only 1 in 20 patients. ApostleCorp could go commercial and devastate biomod prices.
In other words, you want modified people to hold their value like real estate.
If you put it that way. We don't want another collapse. What you can do for us is follow up on your discovery at the Minister of Culture's penthouse. Check out the Mako lab north of town. We know they've been doing illegal weapons research, and that your former trainer, Dr. Nassif, has contacts there. You'll need to hire a pilot and leave at once.
You don't have any extra pilots?
The Chicago disaster is occupying every available craft. You shouldn't have any trouble finding a pilot at the Greasel Pit Bar in Lower Seattle. I don't care who flies you in, just get there. Mako is developing a new firearm called the Mag-Rail. In addition to finding Nassif, the WTO needs an agent who can get us the Mag-Rail schematic. I hope that will be you, Alex.
Guess I better check out the Greasel Pit.
The WTO is fighting an invisible war against several formidable enemies. Give us your loyalty, Alex. We need it.
What about the situation in the Inclinator?
Still unresolved. Our people have the area closed to pedestrians.
Please accept the sincere apologies of standard security. Our people should have screened out the terrorists at the lower Seattle entrance.
I'm not blaming you personally.
I'm the one who has to face the music, especially given the Chicago situation.
I have to admit, there's been some talk here of replacing SSC security guards with WTO military. I expect there will be some fallout. Just wanted to let you know that we have the situation in hand.
I took a peek at the club's records.
Yeah? What's that scumbag up to? Give me something I can get a warrant with, and it means a citizen's bonus to you.
Here's the data I uncovered. Looks like the owner has some undeclared sources of income.
I knew it! That man's made a fool out of me for the last time. By tomorrow, he'll be eating rats out of a Queequeg's dumpster. Mark my word. Here's your reward. I have some subpoenas to write. That's one thing about the WTO. Justice is swift. I've got work to do.
Bet you thought I was gonna rip you off, huh?
Talk to Red. He's the friendly one. A bonus? You expect me to walk into a chemical spill for a few extra credits?
What about you?
Are you kidding? Without a hazmat suit?
Every minute the Inclinator is offline, we're all losing money. Think about that.
You weren't on the platform when that stuff spilled. I don't even want to guess what it does to a person long term. I hope Mathers is okay. We need his help to activate the repair bot. But if he comes through that cloud, it might kill him. Of course, he just changed the code, and we've got no way to reach him. Seems like the radiation is scrambling communications. If only we could release the repair bot, or get to the controls for the hazard flush system. Too bad no one has the equipment. time to make it over there. Of course, he just changed the code, and we've got no way to reach him. Seems like the radiation is scrambling communications. If that nanoformer was up, we'd be fine. Someone's got to fix the nanoformer or release that repair bot. Too bad Mathers is trapped on the other platform. He's got the code for the closet where the repair bot's stored. I started feeling sick the moment that stuff spilled. The fumes hit me pretty bad. Probably sounds paranoid, but I hope I can still have children. It's in my system. No telling what it'll do to me. I took this job because it was supposed to be safe and predictable. Maybe I was better off working for SSC.
I'm sorry, the Inclinator is closed until we get this toxic spill cleaned up.
Don't you have any hazmat workers or bots to take care of it?
One nanoformer bot, but it's been so long since we've had an emergency that it's fallen apart. I can't believe someone tried to slip toxic waste past us.
Can it be fixed?
The only guy with the code for the repair bot's closet is trapped on another platform. We've also got a hazard flush system, and we've got the code for that one, 4781. But the remote access is damaged. I'm trying to get one of these fools to go up to the balcony overlooking the bay to hit the master control, but they're afraid of crossing through the spill.
We're not letting ourselves get threatened into risking our lives. You can't fire us for having some common sense.
I never said I'd fire you. I just said that we're losing money over this, and I may have to let someone go afterwards.
Right.
Anyway, I'm hoping to find someone with more guts than these guys to do some quick contract work for a decent number of credits. If you manage to take care of it, report back to me so I can pay you. Until then, no one's going to be able to get down to Lower Seattle. I can't risk putting the Inclinator back online until we're sure the area is decontaminated. I've got to find someone to take on this job. We're stuck until that nanoformer gets repaired. When I find out who authorized this transport in the first place... Ever think about a job in Inclinator maintenance? It's a growing field. Ever think about a job in Inclinator maintenance? It's a growing field.
You're nearing the toxic spill the facility director told you about. The WTO is reaping the benefits of its harmful industries. I guess a little pollution is all in a day's work up there. The area's been closed off, and they've deployed bots to patrol and secure it. May Her Holiness watch over you as you face these obstacles.
Target acquired. Accessing damage. Automation of assailant. Weapons. Second warning. Threat classification. Assault classified as security platforms are organized and automation of assailant. Second, weapons must remain concealed. Please, assault classified as intruder not found. Operation normal.
You must be Mathers. Your supervisor sent me to find you.
What's going on up there? I know there was a toxic spill, but it doesn't seem like anything's being done about it.
Apparently the nanoformer isn't functional, and you're the only one with the code to the repair bot storage closet. If you give me the code, I'll take care of it.
Yeah? Sounds like a fair trade. 13490. Good luck. I can't help you any more than that. I'm not going anywhere until the platform above has been cleared. The director must be paying you well. I'll just wait here. This job doesn't pay all that good, but you see all kinds of people. You see so many faces, you get to where you can read people's minds. I bet I know who engineered the spill, just from the look he gave me. A whole gang snuck into Upper Seattle today, and I'm not talking about Seekers. You'll see. Something big's coming down the pike. The spill is just the first stage.
Diagnostics passed.
Good work. The area is clear. Natural balance has been restored. You should meet with the facility director to let her know she can reactivate the inclinator now.
It's safe to leave this platform now. The spill's been cleaned up.
Great news. Thanks. Glad someone finally took care of it. I hope this means the director starts taking those cargo checks a bit more seriously. Guess a little bit of excitement never hurt anyone. Glad someone finally took care of it.
I've taken care of the problem. The area is no longer hazardous.
Fantastic. Here's a few credits for your trouble. Thanks again for taking care of that mess. Now that the situation is under control, we're going to need to tighten regulations so this never happens again.
Thanks for taking the job. I don't know what the director was going to do next.
When I find out who authorized this transport in the first place...
Thanks for braving that mess. You saved our necks. Now she can't fire us or force us to go in there. Whew, I'm glad I didn't have to take care of it. It's a good thing you came along when you did. I guess we better start inspecting the cargo a bit more closely. You saved our necks. Now she can't fire us or force us to go in there. I started feeling sick the moment that stuff spilled.
Ever think about a job in inclinator maintenance? It's a growing field.
Looks like things are getting back to normal. Glad the director found something to clean up the spill. Now that the inclinator's running again, I can get back to work. Whoa, don't hurt me! What a day. What's on here? This has got to stop. Now that the inclinator's running again, I can get back to work.
They're gonna shut the inclinator down completely.
I've been saying that since it was built.
You said it wasn't gonna work, too. Then you said it was gonna get us jobs. You said everything, 10 times over. You call that predicting the future?
Think like that and they already got your script, man. That's their play. Make out like it was some low-town plot and see how we react.
Doesn't bother me. Only time I went up the inclinator was when I got arrested. Careful walking around here at night. They'll always need us for their dirty work. Like my brother Danny. He cleans the bots that clean the floors up there. How would he get to work without the inclinator?
He cleans cleaner bots?
I guess they never invented a bot that cleans other bots.
Well, they will. The whole point of an enclave is to be self-sufficient. Once they're established, they'll crash a helicopter into the inclinator and blame it on a drunk smuggler.
It's not so much the people as the gobs. You know, mutants. I lost my big toe to a greasel a couple years ago. I was a little drunk and it came at me from underneath a dumpster. Wish I could have afforded a real doctor. The woman I saw, she was more interested in hunting down the greasel than fixing my toe. It was a baby greasel that got me. The doctor caught it, raised it, and made a killing at the fights. I never saw one credit from the very gob I discovered and helped to track down. Still the champ, I think. They call it Gobzilla. Real cute. Whenever I talk about it, my toe starts to hurt. Thanks a lot. I'm not showing you my foot.
Know where I can get a decent pilot?
Can't afford anyone in Upper Seattle. Don't expect to get a better deal just because you're in a scabby part of town.
I'm ready to pay well, if the pilot's worth it.
If it was me, I'd hire a smuggler. Someone with some experience, you know? Then the WTO Air Patrol could kiss my ass. Best place for that sort of thing is the Greasel Pit. It's just on the other side of the Inclinator Tunnel.
I'm looking for the Order Church.
They've set up in the abandoned Hartford turbine factory. You a seeker? You don't look the type.
No.
She means that the Order doesn't pull down many Enclave thieves. Plenty of kooks up there, but they're afraid of the old neighborhoods.
The church won't turn me away, though, will they?
Nah, they don't mind if you hang out in the chapel, as long as you don't fall asleep. Man, did I find that out the hard way.
So where's the factory?
Head south up the hill from the Inclinator. The old factory's just southeast across the street.
So you have a theory about the Inclinator disaster?
Not a theory. Fact. Fact. Inclinator traffic is half what it was 2 years ago. Fact. People this side of the Inclinator can't even get metro passes anymore. It's a complete WTO takeover, just like I predicted 5 years ago.
So it wasn't an accidental spill?
You believe everything you hear at a public terminal? The media is controlled by the WTO. Even the sorry scab standing next to me knows that. Want to make some money? You a gambler?
Depends on the odds and the game.
2 words, gob fights. I'm not kidding. Every night at the Greasel Pit on the other side of the Inclinator Tunnel. Lived here my whole life. I know this town better than anyone. I can predict the future because I know the past. It's not just logic, though. I think I have the gift. I tried to work up a system for the commodities market, but it turns out my talent's more for general trends than specifics. Need a straight answer? About anything, I'll be standing right here.
I'm Ghost. Gotta look after my own, know what I mean?
You're pretty friendly
Gotta
for a
beat
rich
out.
kid.
Sorry. Can't talk. Gotta
Brother
keep my
knows
head
what's
in the
good
game.
for him.
I never saw one credit from the very gob I discovered and helped to track down.
Today marks the one-year anniversary of the refinery riots, protesting the incorporation of Seattle into the WTO. Mourners held a candlelight vigil in remembrance of those killed in the chaos. After the results of the referendum were announced on this day last year, demonstrators took to the streets to make their anger and disapproval known. Protesters claimed that the vote had been somehow fixed and that the results did not reflect the will of the people, particularly those living outside the enclave. It took several days before peace returned to the streets of Seattle, but there were no further disturbances afterward, although some of the tension lingers.
You know that Queequeg's coffee beans are slow-roasted in convective drums for maximum fidelity to regional flavor? Yes, you demand authenticity from everything you do, and coffee is no exception. Queequeg's coffee, true to the letter, means it tastes even better.
After the decimation of Chicago, the obscure motives of Her Holiness and the Order are only part of what worries security experts. Go under the veil of the Order and you find that perhaps disorder is a better word for this so-called unified world faith. Harmless missionaries at the train station, or sleeper agents for a regime fundamentally opposed to commercial society? Luminun Saman's inflammatory rhetoric is widely believed to have caused the recent unrest in Trier, Germany. But did adherents to an extreme brand of order philosophy in Europe carry out a strike in the center of the American heartland?
Today marks the one-year anniversary of the refinery riots.
You don't look like you're from around here. Not much is open in this neighborhood this late. At this hour, it's either the Greasel Pit Bar or the Order Church, depending on your interest. Watch your step around here. The locals mean business. At least it's interesting down here at this hour. I'm sure they're all in bed in Upper Seattle. At this hour, it's either the Greasel Pit Bar or the Order Church, depending on your interest.
The trader handles business. I'm here to prevent unfair transactions. Scan complete. Your biomods are quite new, but we offer technology you cannot find in PiezoCam's labs. You will be impressed. Speak with the trader. Yomar appreciates shrewd customers. You will be impressed. Speak with the trader.
Shall we conduct business?
What are you selling?
I have a black market biomod canister, which enables non-PiezoCam functionality. I am also selling 3 energy cells for powering your biomodified systems. Or you might want 2 EMP grenades for disrupting electronic devices, such as surveillance equipment. As a preferred customer, you may purchase items at half market price.
Give me the energy cells.
The payment first, please. Shall we conduct business?
I could use a few EMP grenades. Give me those.
Yomar appreciate your business.
suggest you manage your behavior wisely.
Looks like...
Whoa, hey, this is my apartment.
I guess I took a wrong turn somewhere.
Who sent you? It was that Pequod's jerk, wasn't it? He isn't satisfied that he already has the zoning lockdown for all of Upper Seattle and can keep me out. He has to play like a mafia don and send people to harass me. Well, I won't be intimidated, I won't!
I didn't come here looking for a fight.
If he wants to peddle his overpriced peculinos down here, let him. But I deserve a shot at those babyface executives uptown. What I need is a hacker. Someone to break into the civic manager's computer at the WTO terminal and approve my zoning petition. Business is good down here. I've got money and I want to expand.
Sounds like a risky operation, but I take it you can afford to hire a few thugs of your own.
Well, I'd make it worth a certain someone's while, that's for sure. Why do you ask? Know anything about government databases?
Maybe I'll check back with you later tonight.
My shop's closed right now. Not a lot of late-night drinkers in this part of town. I'd really like to tap into the overachiever market. They're the ones that get hooked on the stuff. Ever had a pecuachino? Tastes like laundry detergent. They put it through 17 stages of processing. Queequegs is all about the bean. You can't have a good cup of coffee without a good bean. A lot of those uptown phoebes are health nuts, I hear. Our 100% organic drink menu is made for them. Well, I've got things to do. See you later.
Don't forget to come see me at the Order Church, Alex. That landing pad is run by a local smuggler, Sophia Sack. Looks like they've seized Sidlak's Harrier, probably as payment for phony debts. It never hurts to have a pilot who owes you a favor. You could pay the debt or, better, eliminate Sack and her henchmen for the good of the whole neighborhood.
State your business.
Just going for a walk.
You scoping the place? Working for Sid Black, maybe?
Never heard of him.
He owes Miss Sack some money. We're keeping his jet until he pays up. Last thing we need is some stranger casing the landing pad.
Can I talk to Miss Sack?
What for?
Maybe I can help her get Mr. Black to pay.
You better not be feeding me a line.
You wouldn't fall for something like that.
I guess you're right. Through this door, take the hallway to the elevator at the other end. It's busted, so you'll have to climb the ladder in the shaft to the top floor. Miss Sack's office is up there. And remember, stay off the landing pad.
Got it.
Miss Sack's in the office by the landing pad, so that she can keep an eye on her property. You better not be pulling my leg. If you want to talk to Miss Sack, fine, but no snooping around.
The landing pad is off limits. Go on about your business.
Unless Sid Black sent you to pay his debt, or you want to bring me his head, you'd better let one of my security guards escort you out.
What do I get if I bring you his head?
That was a joke. I already have his jet. I don't have any use for a half-pound of his flesh. Did you have some business to discuss? I need a pilot, but until Sid settles his debt, I can't let him handle product for the Omar.
Here's some money to cover the loss, provided I can hire him myself.
Very good. I will allow the jet to leave. Why do you need a pilot?
That's my business.
Well, fly with Sid all you want. The money gets back to me one way or another. He's a good pilot, especially for non-traditional jobs, if that's what you're after. It's worth a few extra credits for a good drop point.
Now I just need to find this Sid Black.
5 to 1 he's at the Greasel Pit Bar, trying to earn back his fine by betting on the fights.
You have a generous heart. You would make a good seeker, but Order has many enemies, and often appeasement only prolongs a problem. You can find Sid Black at the Greasel Pit Bar if you want to give him the good news about his jet.
Now I can settle up with the Omar. They're my biggest client. It was a pleasure doing business. Don't get my best pilot into any trouble. I don't believe we have anything more to discuss.
You may pass. If you have business here, speak with Miss Sack. Otherwise, please depart. We don't appreciate outsiders hanging around. Go on about your business. You may pass. We don't appreciate outsiders hanging around. Go on about your business. If you have business here, speak with Miss Sack. Otherwise, please depart. We don't appreciate outsiders hanging around. This assignment stinks. So when did the SSC start hiring itself out as muscle for crooks?
What makes you think this job isn't on the up and up?
There's no way Sack's making this kind of money honestly. I bet she's a smuggler. And not only are the authorities looking the other way, we're working for her.
Your evidence?
You're starting to sound like a rookie. Sack isn't exactly discreet. When it comes to clientele, SSC should have better standards.
We get paid just the same. That's the only standard that matters to me.
No active weapons in the Greasel Pit. First you gotta transmit the safety lock codes to freeze anything you're carrying. Then I let you in. Otherwise, take a hike.
Go ahead, send the code.
Thanks. There's sensors that will reactivate everything on your way out. You're clear to go in now.
But what about the apartment?
I already picked up my gear.
Your gear? You're leaving? Sid, you made me get this big place. Do you know how high my rent is?
Come on, I'll be back. You know this is home to me, Cindy.
Sandy!
Sandy, right. But a captain's got to sail if he wants to keep his ship.
Yes, I'm upset. Leave me alone. He's always leaving me. It's always like this when he goes away.
Well, well. An Enclave kid comes down to cruise the slums on Daddy's credit line. First time at sea level?
My parents are dead. They were in Chicago at the time of the attack.
Oh, sorry, mate. Just talking chuff, no offense.
Sure.
Sid Black. Call me Sid. Best jet jockey in the Northern Hemisphere. So, you're on your own? If you need a lift, I'm game. All you gotta do is bail out my jet and give me a little something for my trouble.
I paid your fine to Sophia's sack. You're free to pick up your jet from the landing pad.
Cracking good work. Then I'll see you at the landing pad. You can pay me when you're ready to fly.
How much do you charge your passengers?
The going rate.
He was gonna take me with him this time. I'll get by, I guess.
How's it going?
Responding to the rioting in Trier, WTO Director Chad Dumier made a gesture of reconciliation today. He offered to meet with Order High Priestess Her Holiness for talks designed to ease misunderstanding between the two groups. The WTO is wrongly equated with blind commercialism, says Dumier, just as the Order is wrongly equated with fanaticism.
If we learn to listen to each other, we can coexist peacefully. The WTO fully supports freedom of thought and freedom of religion.
No response yet from the Order. Anti-WTO rioting broke out for the third time recently at the Panzerworks factory in Trier. Many blame Order agitators for the violence.
You drink only the finest, most authentic coffee because you demand excellence in everything you do. You're well aware that some coffee chains use polymerized flavor additives, freeze-dried beans, even coffee proteins that have been synthesized by bacteria. You also know that Queequeg's coffee imports exclusively from independent coffee growers from around the world. Queequeg's coffee, true to the letter, means it tastes even better.
Time again for a talk bullet. In the bullseye today, Lin Mei Chen, High Augur of the Order Church. Miss Chen, do you believe one damn thing you've said since you've become a spokesperson for the church?
Well, of course,
Because I think Her Holiness is a fiction. That's right, a fiction. Why doesn't she show her face when she appears in public?
Well...
Because these are body doubles for a phony messiah. Tell me, who writes the little AI constructs that go into those hologram chapels cropping up everywhere? Don't play dumb with me, Miss Chen.
Mr. Steed, on the contrary.
Go ahead, lie to me. Lie to the public and lie to the poor saps who worship you and Her Holiness. It will just make your day of reckoning that much more devastating. This has been another Talk Bullet.
Most of us don't reside inside the well-guarded walls of an enclave. Most of us would be surprised to see a uniformed officer on our street, outside our business, on our way to the market. Our protection is our own responsibility, and that's why Mako Ballistics offers handheld weapons to suit any household budget or security threat. Stop your attacker with a stun prod, an electromagnetic boltcaster, a pistol, dual-action shotgun, or SMG machine gun. Whatever your security concerns, You can make it with Mako.
Responding to the rioting in Trier, WTO Director Chad Dumier made a gesture of reconciliation.
More uptown thieves every day.
What do you want? Hey, I got a lot on my mind. Talking about personal space, yo. Talking about personal space, yo. Can't get nothing from me. I'm all washed up. Used to have this little single-prop airplane. Flew an ammo run for Sophia Sack. Not bad for a scab like me. Then, of course, I had to crash land into Lake Washington. My bird sunk to the bottom. Luckily, though, I'm in good shape. I swam over a mile to get to shore. Now I'm a big joke. People say I lost everything because I was drunk. It was engine trouble that brought me down. But of course, it's my word against theirs. Never was too lucky. That's why I don't bet on the fights. Can't get nothing from me. I'm all washed up.
You're probably here for the fights. Well, that spit contest ain't fighting. The pit used to be my gig, back when the sewer wasn't overrun with gobs. I was the champ, 3 whole months on top of the world. Give me a good clean fist fight any day. Strategy, training, skill. Now that's something to bet on. I don't get it. These new fights, they're just a couple of starved lizards at each other's throats. They fight them to the death. That's the main difference from when it was humans in the pit. Watching 2 poor gods tear each other apart. Now what's that say about human nature? You're probably here for the fights. Well, that spit contest ain't fighting.
Another lucky night. Bet 100 on chicken liver. 5-to-1 odds, baby. First fight of the night. Take it from me, you missed a wet one. I make it a point to scope out the rookies. They're too young to have fight records, so a lot of times their odds are all out of whack. I knew Chicken Liver was a serious player because of the chipped teeth. Some people like to gamble. Me, I just like to win. Gotta have a system, know what I'm saying?
A new face. Interesting. Introduce yourself.
Is this a prank call or something? Funny way to meet people.
I search every place I can. You're very close, but not quite the one I'm looking for.
Close to what?
You look modified.
So?
I need help. I'm a helicopter pilot. They're holding me captive, along with my chopper, at the WTO terminal in Upper Seattle.
Right, I heard about your helicopter. How'd you get this call past WTO security?
I've tapped into the terminal's local network. The passcode to the hangar holding my vehicle is 00485. Get me out of here, and I'll fly you anywhere you want, free of charge.
I could use a pilot. I'll think about it.
Another lucky night.
Pit's downstairs. Want a tip? Bet on Green Dragon. The thing about a Greasel fight, it has more to do with upbringing than breeding. A Greasel's a Greasel. I heard it's just one strain, a genetic experiment. Company was called VersaLife. This guy said he was a Knight Templar. He gave me some literature. It said that the Greasel tech was gonna be for humans. Lizard soldiers who could survive gas attacks, that kind of thing. A lot of down-and-outs around here are signing up for this Templar outfit. Me, I take everything with a grain of salt. Sure, you see a lot more mutants around, but they aren't a threat to humanity or anything. Maybe the pre-collapse government was going to crossbreed a couple of soldiers. So what? It's not like they'd ever do that to the general population. As for Green Dragon, she's the real thing. Sewer-born, rat-fed, a hunter, you know? I'd put my money on Green Dragon. Good talking to you.
Leo,
Chicago, you made it out.
what are you doing down here? Signing up with the Order Church like Billy?
Terrorists.
The WTO? Chief Morgan seems pretty intent on recruiting us.
Leeches. They want a monopoly on everything, including security agents.
Then what are you gonna do?
You need work, you go to the pit. This is what I did. I found work. Mercenary, black market. In a few hours, they sent me to Egypt.
I thought you wanted to be a corporate heavy.
I've been thinking about this. I don't want to be a lab monkey or be in anybody's army. I don't want to be a piece of meat they fight over. Corporate heavy, maybe. But right now, I work for myself.
Why Egypt?
I'm working for the Omar, you know, the cyborgs. They're a global operation these days.
What are they paying you?
I'm protection to help them open shop in a scabland Medina near New Cairo. 2,000 per week, plus mods.
Not bad. What kind of mods?
Anything I want. Anything. The best mods are black market, attack drones, bot domination. This'll add value when I go back to the corporate market.
Well, good luck out there.
Also, my Omar contact says they have stuff that goes way beyond biomods. Luck will not be a factor for me.
I've learned some things about the experiments they were doing on us.
Yeah?
Tarsus is a front for something called ApostleCorp. They gave us an experimental biomod architecture, one that can supposedly reconfigure anybody's DNA to accept nanite infusions.
Well, as long as it works.
That's what the Order and WTO are fighting over. Universal biomodification.
Universal? Are you sure? That would screw up the market pretty bad. Why would Tarsus want to undercut their own product?
I told you. Tarsus is a front. No one's quite sure what ApostleCorp is after.
Funny way to end up a free agent. I'm not anybody's pet project. I wonder if they even cared how we did at the training. Or was it purely a medical test?
But I talked to Mr. Pellet, one-on-one. He laid it all out, straight up.
Uh-huh.
Templars stand for something, you know. It's ancient, it's philosophy, and it scripts the paps of all that Her Holiness love and meditate and mumble to yourself.
These guys are mercenaries. They pitch whatever creed their boss tells them to.
Just haven't ever really studied the Knights Templar. They have the same basic ideas as the Order Church, but they believe it, they fight for it, and they don't rip off a bunch of other religions.
Her Holiness wants to bring everyone together. It's called koinonia, fellowship and communication. Yeah, koinonia. I think it's Greek.
You Seekers are just little parrots, repeating a new batch of words every week.
I am studying Accolot, the mental factor for inebriation. That was a joke. Seekers can make jokes, can't they? Our faith spread like wildfire just after the collapse. Now everywhere I go, I see skepticism. Perhaps my friend is right. Perhaps our terminology has become too sophisticated. Our message was much simpler in the beginning. We need to find the right balance between truth and persuasion, between a complete science of mind and the value system that follows from it. Templar bigotry is merely a bastard creed. It has nothing to do with the search for true order. If the Templars' twisted ideas are permitted to spread, they will lead only to great suffering. These issues must be brought before Her Holiness.
There's a new sheriff in town, in case you want to know. My new boss, we call him Mr. Paladin. He made me a knight. That's right, like Sir Francis Drake, like Sir Francis Bacon, like Sir, I can't remember what the other one was. A lot of people say they're secret. They just go along with the Order Church because it's so in your face all the time. People are mad. Sewer gobs killing their kids, pollution, nanite swells as big as hurricanes, cyborgs in the alleys, all fallout from the big labs. What I'm about? Take back. Take back our streets, take back our bodies, take back our minds. Just wait. Templar's gonna have their day. My new boss, We call him Mr. Paladin. He made me a knight.
I'm not anybody's pet project.
Our faith spread like wildfire just after the collapse. And now everywhere I go, I see skepticism. Perhaps my friend is right. Perhaps our terminology has become too sophisticated. Our message was much simpler in the beginning.
Match 7. Gobs are in the chute. Buy-in is the house minimum. Odds are 1 to 1.
You really have cockfights with transgenics down here?
Hey, better watch the thieves speak around the pit, or these scabs, not me of course, but these other scabs might take advantage. Know what I'm saying?
Sorry. So how do I know which transgenic to bet on? They all look the same to me.
You work in a lab or something?
Something like that.
Well, we fight gobs down here. Green gobs, brown gobs, baby-stealing, sewer-slinking, good-eating gobs. Follow me? Right now, it's Green Dragon in the North Chute, Shutterbug in the South. Walk around, check the fighters, and let me know where you want to put your money.
Let me think about it.
Make it quick. Gobzilla's on deck.
The bookie's at the south door. That shutterbug under the floor raised it from a little pup. A lot of people look down their noses at homebred gobs, but it's the training that counts, in my opinion. The scientific name for these mutants is Greasel. Training's so important because Greasels all come from the same genetic line, made by a company called VersaLife, which I guess must have gone bankrupt after the collapse. Gotta get my Ekagat in tune for the match. That's what the Order Church calls concentration. Can't call the moves if you don't have a balanced mind.
Mean sons of bitches, that's for sure. Looking for a sure thing? She's right under the grate there. Check out the scales on that girl. That's Green Dragon, a new gob fresh from the sewer. Mean as nails.
She been in many fights?
A Greasel don't grow up wild and not get in fights. I said this gob is fresh, understand? Been hunting scab winos for years.
I'll take your word for it.
Hey Jack, listen up. Want to script some real cash? You look like the mercenary type.
Depends on what you mean by script.
Final match is 4 to 1 odds. Buy-in begins right after this fight, after which the odds stand, even if something happens to one trainer's lineup.
You want me to kill someone's Greasel?
Shh! I'm talking about the champ Gobzilla. Follow me? She's still at Tina's pad in the Heron's Loft building near the Inclinator, apartment 22. I'll give you a bounty if that gob dies. Plus, you get to make bank on the 4 to 1 situation. Cool?
I already cooked that gob.
Serious?
Serious. Gobzilla's history. You've got a good shot at the title.
That's what I wanted to hear. Here's the payoff. It's all I got. You want more? Bet on Snake Eyes in the World Championship. Let's keep this deal quiet, cool? They script mine, I script theirs. I never bet. I just like to see them fight. You should have seen the first match. There was blood and acid slime hanging from the rafters. One of these gob things got in my brother's house one night. Damn near killed his wife. Now she walks with a cane and can't see 5 feet in front of her face. My sister-in-law, she's saving up for a bionic eye. But I guess ApostleCorp has a monopoly on the surgery, thanks to the WTO. So it's kind of a pipe dream if you ask me. The price is set in stone. A lot of misery in this world. Doesn't take a philosopher to see that. I remember when this town was full of seagulls. Now it's a wasteland. Rubble, vacant buildings, mutants everywhere. They eat each other. They eat people's pets. They eat bums that fall asleep by the wrong sewer drain. And I brought children into this world. Whatever they say, this ain't cruelty. This right here, starving these gobs and making them go at it, this is justice. Mean sons of bitches, that's for sure.
Not now. I'm concentrating.
What's it gonna be?
Put me down for Shutterbug.
Shutterbug's a cage-fed house cat in my opinion. House should be giving her odds, but it's your money.
Here you go. Name's Alex D.
D for Upper Seattle Dandy?
D for don't ask.
Well, better get your buns over to the pit. Your gob's dropping into the fire.
Pick your move, Bug. That's it.
Rip him shreds! That's more like it. That's got a sting. I want to see some guts. Come on.
Tough luck, D. The pit appreciates the business, though.
Thanks.
Come back later tonight. Tina's bringing in the champ, Gobzilla. It's gonna be Gobzilla versus Snake Eyes, 4-to-1 odds. Bet on Snake Eyes, you might just quadruple your money.
Thanks for the tip.
Poor girl. This was her first fight. That's a lot of hours you're looking at down there. A lot of hours trying to beat some sense into that prehistoric brain. When the spit starts flying, a gob's gotta stay tuned into the coach. That's what happened. Bug got scared and quit taking my commands. Poor girl. This was her first fight.
Look at him strutting around the pit, showing off just like his daddy. Make it quick. Championship's next. I never bet. I just like to see him fight.
It'll take us a while to get cleaned up for the next match. Next one's the World Championship. Betting starts 10 minutes before the fight.
You're ready to leave, just head out, and the sensors will automatically reactivate everything. No active weapons in the Greasel pit. First I gotta transmit the safety lock codes to freeze anything you're carrying. Then I let you in. Otherwise, take a hike.
Never mind. I don't want to go in.
Then get lost.
Proceeding with current directive.
It's not too late. Just because you took one assignment for the WTO doesn't mean that the Order won't accept you. Talk to Lin May. The Order needs your help and has its own interests in the Mako facility.
My alliances are my own concern, but yes, I'm heading to Mako next.
Be careful whom you trust. Only the Order can help you retain your individuality and find spiritual balance. All others are suspect.
Is the WTO really that bad? The Enclaves are safe and prosperous. It seems like a solid foundation for the future.
The WTO, Tarsus, or any other corporate entity seeks only to exploit you. As far as Tarsus is concerned, we're experiments, not people. Just walking petri dishes. You know we're worth more than that.
I'll keep all of that in mind.
May Your Holiness watch over you.
WTO Chairman Dumier is irredeemable. He has led too many down the path of greed and disorder.
In time, we will open their eyes.
We are so fortunate that Her Holiness found us before Dumier could invade our spirits with such ruthless and selfish competition.
Each of them knows in his or her heart that something is still missing. True order, and soon they will begin to seek it, and we will be there to help them.
Yes, we will share with them the compassion and peace Her Holiness has shown us.
Welcome to the Order Sanctuary for this city, Alex D. We've been expecting you.
Wasn't exactly easy getting here.
We appreciate your dedication.
I did what I had to.
Please step inside. Join us for meditation. Her Holiness awaits your presence.
This is our haven from the madness and greed the WTO tries to spread. Her Holiness inspires us all to reject the materialistic, profit-driven attitudes propagated by the WTO. The Order teaches us to put people first, which should be the natural structure. These are trying times for us all. Fortunately, we have visionaries like Her Holiness to guide our way. These are trying times for us all.
Welcome, my friend. Human society has been twisted and subverted by those blinded by false prophets. Money is not the supreme reward or motivator. We will guide everyone to true order. Her Holiness wants to help all humankind. The people seek money and what it can buy, but what about the heart and the spirit? Everyone loses their way at some point. We just want to help people find the way back. Deep in your heart, you know you will eventually join the search. Everyone loses their way at some point. We just want to help people find the way back.
You owe this search for true order not only to yourself, but to Alex D. of Tarsus Academy. You are alive.
You always speak the truth, Your Holiness.
Have faith. The Order Church condemns the illegal biomodification experiments performed on you and the other trainees.
Biomods are part of the training. We knew what they do to our tissues.
Your biomod architecture is no piezochem clone. The trainee's DNA has been completely rewritten. We are certain the one called Leo would have been ineligible for biomodification without extensive gene replacement.
Sounds like typical R&D, an innovation that would expand the biomod market.
The technology's uses exceed what you might expect. It could standardize the human organism, make all ability and talent into software modules, radically disrupt the social order.
You think there's a political agenda behind my biomods?
Yes, we have rescued you so that you can help us identify and defeat your creators. Please listen to my High Augur, Lin Mei Chen. She will contact you at the holocom in the other room. You must strive with your meditations to become a Pandita. Our Hindu brothers originated this goal, that of becoming one who is liberated or self-aware. Through this inward reflection, you can liberate yourself from chaos and disorder.
Ah, you seek solace from your everyday troubles.
Unlocking your sabr can also help you achieve greater order. As the Muslims before you who revere this attribute, you must be steadfast, and you must be patient. Sometimes the search will be difficult. Obstacles within yourself and people who do not understand may stand in your way. Self-discipline and faith will keep you on the path.
I found peace here, among the Order. My wish is that you do as well.
My seekers, you must activate your kundalini, or your spiritual energy. As you purify your spirit in your search for true order, it will ascend from one spiritual center, or chakra, in your bodies to another. As it reaches your higher chakras, you will gain new insights, bringing your lives into deeper order.
We have had much luck spreading Her Holiness's word here in Lower Seattle.
You owe this search for true order not only to yourself, but also to your fellow humans. There is a Fardbi al-Kafaya, or collective duty. You are bound to search and bring the search to others, so that all may reach deeper understandings and peace.
There are many dissatisfied with the WTO who come here seeking true fulfillment.
You must strive with your meditations to become a Pandita. Our Hindu brothers originated this goal, that of becoming one who is liberated or self-aware. Through this inward reflection, you can liberate yourself from chaos.
I'm here. You said you had more to say about the raid on Tarsus. What went wrong?
We're still investigating. I haven't heard from Captain Lamar since he disobeyed my orders.
Why should I join a group which is at war with itself?
Unifying the world's religions is a difficult enterprise.
What we must do, and I ask your help in this, is determine what happened to Captain Lamar so that we can assess the operation. Just as you arrived, I got a report that he had abandoned his unit. Incidentally, my agents have been following your activities in Upper Seattle. We will talk about Mako Ballistics when you return.
One of your own captains? AWOL?
He was seen with a gang of local thugs linked to the Knights Templar. He did a little moonlighting after the Tarsus raid by coordinating a prison break.
Busy man.
He's pinned down in the Inclinator right now, negotiating with the authorities for safe passage out of Seattle. I want you to infiltrate the facility and learn what you can about this betrayal. Then perhaps we'll be closer to understanding his actions at Tarsus Academy.
What's the connection to the Knights Templar?
Unclear. One of their commanders was facing trial, and I guess Templar extremism appealed to some of our seekers. The church seems to be losing ground in disadvantaged neighborhoods, where the poor are quick to join any cause that makes them feel powerful. My seekers, you must activate your Kundalini, or your spiritual energy. As you purify your spirit in your search for true order, it will ascend from one spirit to another. As it reaches your higher chakras, you will gain new insight. Unlocking your sabr can also help you achieve greater order. As the Muslims before you who revere this attribute, you must be steadfast, and you must be patient. Sometimes the search will be difficult. Obstacles within yourself and people who do not understand may stand in your way. Self-discipline and faith will keep you on the path. My seekers, you must activate your Kundalini, or your spiritual energy, which you purify your spirit in your search.
No active weapons in the Greasel Pit. First you gotta transmit the safety lock codes to freeze anything you're carrying. Then I let you in. Otherwise, take a hike.
Go ahead, send the code.
Thanks. There's sensors that will reactivate everything on your way out. You're clear to go in now.
Match 8. Bad news. The champ's been cooked in her own crib. Godzilla is no more. But house rules will provide. Reigning trainer gets a free substitution 4-to-1 odds stand. Buy-in is the house minimum.
How'd Godzilla get killed?
One of the trainers, probably. Greedy scabs. They're the real animals in my book. So what's your bet? Snake Eyes challenging the Claw 4-to-1 against Snake Eyes.
Let me think about it.
Well, hurry the hell up. This is the World Championship about to go down.
Guess I gotta make do with the Claw. He's got the experience, but he's no spring chicken anymore. Eddie hired some scab to kill the champ, but he won't get away with it. I'll put out my own contract, one with his name on it. The championship match can get kinda mean. You don't want to watch if you have a weak stomach. Gotta get my ekagat in tone for the match. That's what the Order Church calls concentration.
Mean sons of bitches, that's for sure. Now for the big time. Now for the big time.
Make a call. Who's about to be the next champ?
I'll take a chance on the Claw.
The Claw's gonna be hard-pressed to fill Godzilla's skin, but always bet on the trainer, I like to say. How much?
I changed my mind.
Well, hurry the hell up. This is the World Championship about to go down. Make a call. Who's about to be the next champ?
Snake Eyes all the way.
Right on. Going for the jackpot. How much?
Here you go.
You're in the game, D. Now get in there and shake your pom-poms for Snake Eyes. He'll be coming out the North Chute.
Head down, Claw. Head down.
Rip him shreds. That's more like it.
Hate to see him go like that. In his day, Claw was the biggest fighter around. The championship's always nerve-wracking. Gotta get my cheddar seekers back aligned.
Guess you're looking to get paid.
How much did I win?
Let's see. Times 4 minus 10%. Here you go.
Thanks.
Tomorrow night, same time, same place. There's always new meat in the pit. Guess we have a new champion trainer. If you ask me, something dirty went down tonight. That's why Godzilla didn't show. Later, dude.
There's 52 cheddar seekers, according to the Order Church. 52 aspects of the mind. That's a lot of knots to untangle. Looks like they're about to close up. See you next time.
We did it! Snake Eyes buried that fool Greasel. Just another day at the pit. I never bet. I just like to see him fight.
From here out, it's just cleaning up.
You're ready to leave, just head out. The sensors will automatically reactivate everything.
Why is it?
Ain't no one.